Hi, and welcome back to Let's Win Darkest Dungeon. I'm Flop, and this is the Dark Renaissance series, where we crush this game. If we're lucky. We are about to go on a medium apprentice level cleanse of the Weald, where we complete all the room battles. And I'm taking these 4 level 1s, the only level 1s I have left, all of fairly even amounts of XP. So they should all level up to level 2 at the same time. I'm just going to get as much cash out of them as I can, which means we're going to try and do this efficiently. We do get a camp. I think those abilities are fine for her. Okay, scouting is something I would like to have a good bit of in this mission. Scouting is great for room battles, as it lets you finish early if you feel like it. Gallows Humor is an excellent way to reduce stress, best used after stress resistance buffs, if possible. Cambry's got that. I do kind of wish they had more heal amongst them, but I don't want to spend any money because the whole point is actually to get money. I did pay for all their upgrades. Their abilities are all level 2. Cambry and Forno are actually outfitted with the exact same attacks, which they can mostly use from the front row. Centerpont has Duelist Advance, Point Blank, Pistol, and Grape Shot for my standard lovely advancey fighty classic. And Musad is rocking my favorite, so far favorite, Grave Robber ones. I'd totally be willing to go Toxin, Trickery for maybe Flashing Daggers if my crit chance was high enough. Yeah, I'm willing to go up Toxin, Trickery. It's if you have a Vestal, it's way less necessary, but it's really nice to be able to cure poison or to gain dodge when you're stuck in the back, because Shadow Fate only works from the front. So let us rock this. How do I want it to be? Deadly, quick reflexes, precision striker, night owl, ruins tactician, clumsy, and the yips. Since she's clumsy and has the yips, we'll use her from the front. I would love to get rid of those, but we'll use her more accurate. The yop, actually, quite potent. And we'll use her breakthrough from the back, so that these guys can use their very awesome mid-rank abilities. We finally have almost 8,000! With no healer, I'll take 12. Forget torches, I don't need that. 2 of these. Since we're not bringing torches, I can afford holy water, right? Not bringing torches, I still think is kind of dumb, but I'm gonna try it.
Soak the soil, sapping all good life from these groves.
You just want to carefully
burn out this evil.
Plan your camp. I want to do it. Yeah, we'll see. Ugh.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
Only 1 shovel left.
With misintent.
Okay. Let's just go for full AoE. Hope these guys don't F us up too bad. Probably should have gone for a kill on this guy instead of... Well, he missed.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Just going for straight murderizing since their health is so low.
A singular strike.
Mostly I'm faster than them. Okay. If we can kill and raise our dodge, that's best. much more accurate attack.
Crumbles.
Here's a one-room battle. We're ticking down. Her being marked isn't as bad as some because if she gets focused on when she's all dodgy, that's not too bad. All this blight is really going to eat at our health. Whew. Thanks for being dodgy before it was cool. Alright, since our AoE attacks don't do massive damage, we want everyone to be kind of low on health. That one's stunned. Let's go for the kill while fishing for crits.
Faint hope blossoms. Well struck.
Alright, these guys are gonna make my life obnoxious.
A devastating blow.
It's a shame she didn't have stress built up that we could get rid of.
Powerful blow.
Nice, another shovel is good. That's only 3 damage. That one's bad. That's 6 damage. That's 4. 2 food will make up for that, which is the same cost as anti-venom, so let's save the venom. Also, she's in the back where less damage can be taken. Excellent. Sapphires are somewhat rare. Okay, glad we got that other extra shovel, or our first 2 hollies would have used up all of our shovels. This is an empty room. No need to prepare. Scout. Yes! Scouting is so good. Okay, there's a room fight. You know what? Let's camp before this room fight. Aww.
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable.
Alright, all healed
Rats
up.
in a maze.
Bandit senses. Scouting will protect us from traps. What do we have left, guys? 8. Stress buildup isn't bad. Let's use these self buffs. That leaves us with 3. Oh, he doesn't have clean guns. Damn. Clean guns is so good. Revel, I dislike Revel, but think about reducing your stress by 20 at the end of a mission. Save a camp for the end just to reduce stress. Like, you can camp after you've explored everywhere. You don't have to camp before. If you think you're kind of badass, because you would have to be kind of badass. I can make someone stress resistant. I could reduce some stress, right? Nope. Alright, let's try Pilfer. I haven't tried this. Produces a supply item. Alright, that's kind of cool. One of the reasons we have kind of a poor selection of camping skills is they didn't want to spend a bunch of money on a bunch of level 1s just
In
yet.
Radiance, may we find victory.
Okay, we're going pitch black from here on out. 10 heals for us. Grave Robber Elf mushrooms. Every time I disarm one of those, I think Timo, you motherfucking bastard. Alright, one of the reasons we camped was we would have full light and I could get my surprise on, and I in general want to preserve my health as much as possible. Surprise will do that for me. And it lets us get off a full set of 3 AoE attacks, which is just vicious. It's winking everything in hopes that one of our AoE attack takes it out. Oh, so sad. Darn it. Yay!
This expedition at least promises success.
Another medicinal herb is great. Medicinal herbs are awesome in the Weald. For all that good food they can bring you. Spiders! You're not gonna last long if you survive. Just gotta eat spiders. Yes, crits are good. Come on, me, faster. Yes, you slower.
A trifling victory.
Whoa, protection charms
But a victory
are awesome.
nonetheless.
We're gonna put that on. This is my Sinarpon, I mean. Because protection can be hard to come by, and he's one of our weakest people who doesn't have a natural boost to defense like the Grave Robber does, or the health and healing of the Hellions. A little bit of damage reduction is a little obnoxious, but...
Finding the stuff is only the first
Woohoo!
test. Now it must be carried home.
Let's go ahead and use the torch. Jade. Jade isn't very impressive. Can only stack up to 1,000, please. I hate the dogs.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
Ugh. She's not freaking out at all. She's like, eh, it's cool. I see. She's like, it's cool, I'm gonna eat your heart.
As victories mount,
Not a
so
problem,
too
guys.
will
Not a problem.
resistance.
Come get some. Damn dogs. Yeah. Mainly I did that to free up space. It would have been nice to have anti-venom later for the health protection, but I know I'm going to start ditching things. Why wait? Remember that your torchlight goes down much slower when you're retracing your steps. It's only 1 per square, that's 4 per hallway, as opposed to 6 per square or 24 per hallway. It's not so bad to leave everyone a little roughed up. Okay, we are officially out of shovels. That's 3 shovels so far this mission, and we had to find one just to luck out enough. Okay, that doggy's definitely gonna get us. But we have protection, so we only took 1 damage. Not so with the grope. Let's try and stun the dog, as it's probably going to survive and get to go first. I hate you. You can mark me now, but I don't think you'll live to kill me next turn. Okay, we've just got this fungal artillery, yep, up into its weak zone, the front ranks. Or attacks are poor and not nearly as deadly as they might be. Lunge is such a good attack. Nasty crit, damage bonus. So good.
These nightmarish
Just make
creatures
sure
can be felled.
if
They
you're,
can be beaten.
if possible, to have a dodge bonus on for when you find yourself at the very front dealing with all the melee guys.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of
Extra
other
keys makes me
worldly
happy. Our
corruption.
scouting really hasn't worked out. Don't I have scout bonuses? Ah, dodging is sick. If I hadn't used torches, I'd be in pitch black by now, but so I kind of it was kind of just a poor decision on my part. We have so much food. I don't think I'm gonna need medicinal herbs after this. I guess it would be foolish not to use them, though. Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have used up food and kept my medicinal herbs. What a fool I've been. Still, I wasn't wrong. We definitely have a lot. Oops. Should have switched these guys' positions. Oh, thanks, game.
Dazed, reeling.
Ouch.
About to break.
No, stop. No, stop. Man, they love chewing on characters. Too bad that guy already acted, or he wouldn't be at the front. Alright, thankfully they did not keep up the murderizing of my poor grave robber. Okay, this is a great point to use Toxin trickery. Save yourself some health. Then maybe dodge tank from the front. There's really no guarantee that you can protect yourselves from these dogs' abilities, so don't bother, just kill them. Like,
Remind
using
yourself
bulwark
that overconfidence
means
is a
nothing.
slow and insidious killer.
Okay, no, wait, I actually want Clumsy and the Yips. Yeah, you're in front. Okay, that's actually the right order. 2 damage isn't gonna do much. Okay, I think we want you. Yes. I wouldn't mind healing her, but okay. Oh, damn it. We're done with this quest. As we completed all the room battles. I could push forward through 3 more rooms, but I'm going to have to dig by hand through this barrier. I do have 2 keys left. Not a terrible haul. It's not fantastic. But let's think about this stress. And I'm going to go ahead and dig through. And one of the reasons I'm going to do that is you only get to go on so many quests before you're level 3. And I want to get the most out of it. Yeah, no, use... Damn it.
Without tools of iron, you must
19 stress each kind of sucks, but a couple crits can make up for it. And we've got the food to keep going. If I didn't have food, I wouldn't have gone through. If I didn't have keys, I might have. But I want the goodies. And I want the fights. And if I head back now, I get none of that. I want deeds. I want to get the most I can out of the missions I go on. And we just hit pitch black. I felt nothing. Nothing. The teeth are like flies. That I don't feel. Plus we were really low stress. If my stress was medium or high...
Terrible assault.
Ouch.
Left unanswered.
Ouch, that was like 25 stress. That was exactly what I did not want to have happen to me. Why do you always kill the stressed one, guys? Alright, maybe we'll beat this thing to the punch. Most likely it will punch us before we can beat it. Damn it. Fishing for crits, especially when you're worried about stress. Alright, already I think this has been worth the stress. I don't want it. Don't even tempt me with your torches. So there's not going to be anything good in these rooms. But these fights here are what I really wanted. In the pitch black, torches aren't the only things you can find. Although that's not particularly helpful. I could have used my last food before this fight, since this is very, like, at the end. A mass crit in the dark would really suck. Thankfully, that's not the case. Let's go ahead and yawp these guys, and let our AoE attacks do the rest, as their AoE attacks really can beat you down. Go for the sure kills. I will happily yawp again. Remember, they can use blanket fire from anywhere except the first rank. If there are two of them, pulling them both to the front isn't going to help you much. Fishing for crits. This is the last fight. I want to reduce stress if possible. Look for your best crit mod. Use it. And of course there are many things we don't need at this point. And no reason to continue on. We finished the quest, we emptied the dungeon, and pushing through that tree did suck for our stress levels, but we have a lot of adventurers. They're only at about 40. I could send them out again, and if things go exceptionally well, that could actually reduce their stress. So
the agents of pestilence will yet be driven from our woods.
We are, of course, bringing back in the deeds because we have to work our way up to those level 4 weapon and armor upgrades. And a portrait every now and then will eventually get our skills up. We need to jump into the Warren. Game's making it hard. It's like it doesn't want us to win. Alright, that one we got 3 resolve XP, which means we're getting kicked up in the next level quite quickly. He's already there. She's already there. Bard Noggin is fine. It's really good against the swine boss. Just saying. Stomach cramp. Don't you already have a stomach cramp? Alright, Amateur Weaponsmith is great early on in a hero's level, and it sucks towards the end of the game. Torn Rotator Cuff has to go. That was for no.
In truth, I cannot tell how much time has passed since I sent that letter.
What? Ross blacked out, and he ditched one of my Hellion pendants. Oh, Monkanisi got the opposite of feeling awesome, and is minus 20% damage. Warren's Foe was removed, okay. That sucks. This penalty is like a whole mission you have to go with a 20% damage penalty, which is really brutal on her. Thanatophobia. Okay, at least we got rid of the ones we wanted to. Right, our roster is down one. Ross is here. Oh, Tibbin. Quest of personal hardship. Lame. Just the price you pay for using the Abbey. Stupid heroes. Come on. Oh, it's time. It's time for a good leper. Fated. Pretty good for a class that hits less than anyone else. Gambler is fine. Stout. Natural eye, natural swing. I think natural swing is probably melee, they just didn't put the tooltip in correctly, but that's pretty great. Just a highly accurate grave robber. I will take... What? This guy, unfortunately, if this is a great skill for him. Well, it's actually an okay skill. He has a lot of ranged attacks that do decent damage, but they all have damage penalties, and he's got a high base crit chance, so crit is actually better. And these, unfortunately, crit penalties suck. First round penalties are pretty brutal as well. So we're going to spend some of our hard-earned deeds, I think, upgrading our barrack size so we can recruit Emery and Boughton. Also because we've only got 3 level 1 adventurers left and we're about to run out. We can still nurse these upgrades as we've got plenty of level 2 adventures left in us before we have to start using level 3. So, no big loss on the deed side here. We want Emery. Yeah.
This man understands that adversity
and Shocker,
existence
minus 10
are one and the same.
Excellent. Nothing impressive there. Some stress relief in order. I didn't give them items. Or no, what did you get that I really... Oh, you're just in trouble. Let's just work. Yeah, let's work her a bit to get her back in shape. Say the accuracy is worse than the damage. Oh, can I? Not a chance. 72 busts, so brutal. But it can be done. I did it in my last playthrough in like 40 weeks. Okay, I don't want to send any more level 1 people into the... rabies. He should be able to cure that on himself if I invest in... Oh, he's got self-medicate. Alright. I really don't like Siciomania. Just the idea of it makes me cringe. Because I hate starving. Parties that starve are so brutal. Alright, we're gonna get rid of Kleptomaniac before I rue the day that I had it. And we are close to the portrait level. God damn it, Weald. Warrens, I mean. 100% of room battles. If you're gonna go on a much higher level adventure, that's a bad choice. Do one where you're not guaranteed to have to fight. Let's see if there are any sweet items. Nope. Activate 3 infected corpses. These missions are actually solid. If you have a lot of scouting and the map's big enough, which I feel like the map's usually fairly large, you can often avoid a lot of the fights and make it quite easy on yourself. So that is it for this episode. Got a good bit of cash saved up, recruited a couple more dudes, exciting to get a leper on the team with their potent camping abilities and self-healing and intimidate. Yes, not bad, not bad. We'll look into equipping and giving them skills to begin with. This guy's already... And yeah, we're gonna farm some more level 1s. Because there's nothing better to do. Nothing better to do when you're level 1 than go on level 1 missions. And, well, we could upgrade some level 2s and send them out. I'll think about it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I think you're starting to get the idea. We're moving on from big abstract, like, goals and targets, which don't change. I mean, at the beginning of the game, they shift fairly rapidly as everything's cheap to purchase. Now we're moving into more of the nitty-gritty, how to dungeon perfectly as the stakes rise and our chances of instant death do with them. So, I hope you'll join me for the continuation of the Dark Renaissance series as things start to heat up and we start to take level 2s on level 1 missions and rock them. Till then, farewell.